O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
Welcome to today's deep dive. Imagine you're on this deeply personal spiritual journey, right? Trying to explore the universe and your place in it.
Right, exactly.
And then suddenly the Roman emperor just steps in and legally dictates exactly how you are allowed to connect with the divine. I mean, that is literally what occurred at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD.
Yeah, it's wild when you look at the exhaustive historical and esoteric research we're unpacking today. The mission here is to uncover how early Christianity was basically transformed, going from this diverse mystical pursuit of personal knowledge, so gnosis, into a very rigid state-backed institution.
Right, so to really grasp that pivot, we kind of have to look at the political reality of the era. Constantine wasn't even a theologian, was he?
No, not at all. I mean, he was an unbaptized pragmatist. He just desperately needed to unify a totally fractured empire. And specifically, he was dealing with the Arian controversy.
Well, the Arians, what was their deal?
So they believed Jesus was a created being, subordinate to God, and that made Jesus deeply relatable to the common people. This doctrine was literally spreading through catchy songs among sailors and laborers.
Wait, really? Catchy songs on the docks? But if Constantine was just a political pragmatist, why would he care about the mystical semantics of who created who?
Oh, he didn't care about the theology at all. He only cared about the fighting. To get political unity, he needed the bishops to produce this bulletproof unified creed.
Right. He just wanted people to stop fighting and pay their taxes.
Exactly. And to build that theological wall, the bishops did something incredibly brilliant, but also ironic. They stole a word from the very mystical groups they were trying to crush.
Okay, let's unpack that, because the psychological shift here is just wild. The Gnostics used the Greek term homoousios, right?
Yeah, which means of the same substance.
Right, and they used it to argue that every single human has a divine spark identical to God. But at Nicaea, the bishops took that and restricted it only to Jesus.
Yep, only Jesus.
It is like convincing people they no longer have their own immune system, And the only way to stay healthy is to buy medicine exclusively from the state pharmacy.
That's actually the perfect analogy for the mechanism of control they engineered. Because by exclusively applying homoousios to Jesus, they entirely inverted his role.
So instead of being this messenger of light.
Yeah, a guide sent to help you find the divine within yourself, he became this localized, unreachable deity. You couldn't just look inward anymore to find God.
You needed the bureaucracy. You required institutional mediation.
Exactly. And once the church secured that exclusive access to the divine, they had to systematically erase the old frameworks that encouraged direct access.
Which means suppressing texts.
Violently suppressing them, yeah. They went after this entire collection of esoteric texts known as the Library of Light.
But wait, how do they justify erasing texts like the Book of Enoch? Because wasn't that explicitly quoted by early church fathers?
It was, but those texts contained the Gnostic concept of the demiurge.
The blind, monstrous creator god.
Right, the snake-bodied entity. The belief that the material world was actually created by a lesser, flawed god. Consider the Book of Enoch. It suggested the world's corruption was just a cosmic accident caused by fallen angels.
Oh, I see. So if angels broke the world, humans are just innocent victims trapped in a flawed matrix.
Yes, and victims just need knowledge or gnosis to escape.
Ah. But if humans are just victims of circumstance, they don't need a priest to save them.
And that is the existential threat to the church's authority. To justify their absolute necessity as the sole mediator, the world's corruption had to be our fault.
Wow. So humans had to be the criminals who caused the corruption through original sin.
Exactly. Because then humans desperately need the church to grant them forgiveness. The foundational narrative shifts from you need to wake up to you need to obey.
Which explains the Theodosian Code. Nicaea merged church and state. And eventually this wasn't just a polite theological disagreement.
No, not at all. We are talking about the state deploying informers to crush dissent. They levied massive 25-pound gold fines against anyone caught holding on to the old texts.
25 pounds of gold. That is insane. It really is a stark reminder of how powerful institutions can weaponize information.
Oh, absolutely. By reorganizing a few key theological definitions, they literally rewrote the boundaries of personal truth just to maintain earthly control.
It really makes you question the narratives we accept today. And the source material brings up this fascinating reinterpretation of the book of Revelation.
Oh, right, the part about the dogs.
Yeah. It mentions the dogs being kept outside the gates of the holy city, which is usually interpreted as, the impure or uninitiated being locked out of heaven.
But the esoteric view flips that entirely. It suggests the orthodox institutional framework itself might be the ultimate falsehood.
Like the artificial holy city they built is actually the cage.
Exactly, a cage keeping humanity trapped outside their true inner spiritual nature.
Which leaves you with a really profound question to mull over on your own. Are the vast bureaucratic structures we rely on to access truth actually the very veils hiding it from us? Maybe the emperor doesn't hold the only master key after all.